Better get the coleslaw, y'all, cause we're having us a barbecue.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, E-Steam Horror of the Hyena Woman. Hell's Aspiring Angel takes on a wicked werewolf in this action-packed all-new E-Steam series adventure. Get E-Steam Horror of the Hyena Woman in paperback and e-readers today. Jada Pinkett Smith recently revealed that Tupac Shakur proposed to her when he was in Rikers Island. Why is these 304s tell when they're about to go out the game? Now, according to Jada Pinkett Smith in her so-called memoir Worthy, she claims that Tupac Shakur made a marriage proposal to her in 1995 when he was locked up in Rikers Island on sex abuse charges. And Jada Pinkett Smith claims that while she went to visit Tupac Shakur in Rikers Island here in New York, he was in bad shape, and as they were sitting and talking, he made a marriage proposal to her in Rikers Island. Now, I really don't believe this entire claim by Jada Pinkett Smith, and I don't believe this entire claim by Jada Pinkett Smith because this entire claim seems like something that she has fabricated based on her ideals that she's made about Tupac and does not fit within the chronicalized official history regarding the late Tupac Shakur. Now, according to the official history regarding the late Tupac Shakur, it states that Tupac at the time was involved with Quincy Jones's daughter, Jada, and was also going out here and promoting a narrative regarding thug life. Now, Tupac created this whole narrative regarding the thug life, regarding relationships with women, due to the dysfunctional way he was raised inside of a single mother household by his mother, Alfini Shakur. And Tupac talked about how his early experiences with women basically were extremely negative ones, where he was basically made fun of. And because of those negative experiences, this is where Tupac decided to go out here and treat women very badly. And Jada Pinkett Smith wants to go out here and promote a narrative that runs completely counter to all of the facts that have been presented regarding Tupac Shakur, such as him going out here dating Jada Jones, Quincy Jones's daughter, and having a serious relationship with her, all while also going out here and promoting the whole concept of womanizing as related to the so-called thug life due to the numerous negative experiences that he had with women. And the critical question I have to ask regarding Jada Pinkett is if Tupac Shakur was involved with Jada Jones, then why would he actively go out here and look to make a marriage proposal to her? That's one of the critical questions I have to ask regarding Jada Pinkett. Moreover, I also have to ask, how can she go out here and propose a narrative that runs completely different from the official history of Tupac Shakur? Because it looks like to me that she's trying to go out here and revise history to make it fit the idealized version of Tupac she created in her own mind, where he was going to make a marriage proposal to her. So why would he go out here and make a marriage proposal to Jada Pinkett Smith? That's the critical question I would ask Jada Pinkett when the official history of Tupac Shakur runs completely counter to the narrative that she is presenting in her so-called memoir Worthy. And another critical question I would like to ask Jada Pinkett is that if you were so caught up in your feelings about Tupac Shakur and he made this marriage proposal, then why did you not accept that proposal way back in 1995 when he made it? And when I listen to Jada Pinkett as she's making this claim about Tupac Shakur, it basically shows me that she's out here looking to try to revise history in the way that 304s try to revise history. And I go in depth on this in my book, The Misadventures of Captain Save-'em, because what a lot of 304s try to do when they're out here participating in ratchet behavior is what they do is try to revise narratives to make it look like some guy is actually interested in them, when in actuality, that guy was never interested in them at all, and they themselves are not really interested in that guy. No, what they want to do is use that ideal of a man they have imagined as a way to try to get any guy who they think might be interested in paying attention to them jealous. Now, this is a game that I had run on me way back in 1989 by a girl who said that she was interested in me. And as she said she was interested in me, she gave me her phone number. And as soon as she gave me her phone number, she then started talking about this other dude. And the whole game, what she was looking to do was trying to get me to start reacting to her and hoping that if I started reacting to her, I would go out here and start simping on her. This is what Jada Pinkett was looking to do with Tupac Shakur as related to her so-called relationship with him, a relationship that she basically created inside of her head, a relationship that she wanted to create so that she could go out here and hope to finesse all other suitors into thinking that there was male competition that was actually interested in her. And what she was doing was hoping that this would be a way to get a simp like Will Smith to start reacting to her, and hoping that as Will Smith started to react to her, he would start going out here and looking to roll out the red carpet for her and looking to hope to give her better things than what she would propose to possibly get from Tupac Shakur. Now, Tupac at the time, while he was still dealing with all of these criminal charges, was still a guy who was out here and who had some brand name recognition and some social status. I mean, he was an up-and-coming performer, and with the image of thug life, he basically was somebody that Jada could go out here and create a social construct to get a clean-cut, square guy like Will Smith jealous. Because when I was, again, 15 years old, this is what the same thing this chick did, going out here looking to use the drug dealer type guy that she had fabricated in an effort to try to get me to react, and hoping that I would try to be the so-called better man and continue to try to go out here and try to show her that I would be a better choice. But in actuality, what she was trying to do was trying to create a better deal for herself. And that's what Jada was trying to do as related to Tupac, looking to try to get a better deal as related to Will Smith. And she really, again, knew that Tupac was out here, and if he was getting with her behind the scenes. Now, she says there was no entanglements, and I call BS on that because I know how Hollywood and the entertainment industry works, and I know that a lot of these women, like Jada Pinkett, in order to get the roles and the jobs that they get into a lot of entanglements where those skid mark jockey thongs are dropped and carbon rods are placed in that atomic waste reactor, and guys get their taste of the atomic waste. I know that that goes on, and while she says there was no entanglements with Tupac, I don't believe that at all. I believe what Jada was looking to do was go on this quest for the better deal, and she hoped to try to get a deal possibly with Tupac And when she saw that that deal wasn't one that was going to be viable in the way that it was for Will Smith, because this is 1995, and in that year, Tupac was in jail, and Will Smith had just starred in Independence Day, his breakthrough role. And after he got his breakthrough role, that's when Jada's whole perception of Will basically changed, because she saw that there was a better deal on the table. But because she was insecure, what she wanted to do was run a game on Will Simp and go out here and hope to get a better deal for herself as related to economic resources. And when Tupac wound up sadly passing away in 1996, she found herself out of economic options as related to living a high-class lifestyle, and this is where she conceded to marry Will Smith because, one, she was pregnant by Will Smith, and two, he had the only deal on the table that would allow her to live a lavish lifestyle, because Jada Pinkett really was not out here doing very well in Hollywood. No, she was struggling for a very long time. Again, yeah, she got roles in movies like Set It Off and A Low Down Dirty Shame and other black films, but she was not a person who was on a road to A-list stardom the way Will Smith was. So this was the only bag she could go out here and get. And she basically proves a point that I made, that she was not marrying Will Smith for love. No, she was marrying Will Smith because he was the only economic option that she had. And with him being the only economic option, she never really loved Will Smith. No, she basically, like the character in Set It Off with the late Charles Robinson, was going out here participating in being a 304 in the marriage and looking to just get married to get the cash and live the lifestyle. And that's basically what she was looking to do with Will Smith. And she never had any respect for Will Smith from minute one. And she never really had any respect for Tupac either. Don't let this Jada Pinkett fool you when she's coming up telling you these stories about Tupac. No, she never loved Tupac at all. No, what she loved was the idea of Tupac, and she loved the idea of Tupac to use as a tool to go out here and be able to get money for herself out of simps like Will Smith, or use his name and his story to go out here and get attention from the public. That's the only reason why she talks about Tupac, because she loves the idea of him. No, she never loved the man. No, she loved the idea of the man, and she loved the social construct she created of that man. And this is something that a lot of women do, and I talk about this in my book, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single. A lot of women, what they will do is build a world around a man, build a construct of a man, but that construct is not reality, and they use that construct in order to go out here and create their own narratives regarding that person. But those narratives really do not go out here and correlate with the facts, because when you start to look at the facts, you start to say, oh, this woman never really loved Tupac. No, she loved the idea of Tupac. She loved the construct she created of Tupac. And she used that construct to go out here and take advantage of a gullible simp like Will Smith, who was out here fighting an ideal of a man, competing with an ideal of a man, because what beta males do is they go out here getting upset and getting in their feelings when they hear a woman talking about another man due to their competitive jealousy. And what these dudes do as they start getting in their feelings about this dude that she keeps talking about is look to try to show that he's going to be a better man than that other man. And I almost made that mistake back in 1989 when I realized, hey, if this woman doesn't respect me, then she wouldn't be, if this woman respected me, she wouldn't be talking about no other man. And again, if a girl respects you, she's only going to talk about you. So if she's talking about other dudes, she's basically disrespecting you straight to your face. And that's at that point where you go out here and charge that woman to the game. Unfortunately, Will Smith doesn't have the backbone or the stones that I wound up building since 1989 to understand that if she's talking about other dudes, then what you do is send her to go be with those other dudes and go on about your business. No, what Will is doing as he's being disrespected right straight to his face and emasculated by Jada Pinkett is basically sitting there allowing this woman to disrespect him with a construct of Tupac, not the real man, and looking to go out here and try to make it look like she had options back in 1995. But if you look at historical facts about Tupac, this woman never had any options, and Tupac wasn't looking to marry no woman. No, he was just looking to go out here and be the player out here looking to just smash and dash. This is historical fact, but what she wants to do is make it look like, oh, he was so committed, and that's all cap and complete BS, but it's all the delusion that she wants to promote in her so-called memoir in order to sell these books. But what she's just doing is selling a bunch of lies, and these lies are so blatant and obvious that they can easily be torn apart with historical facts and documents as related to facts. Because again, if Jada had that marriage proposal, then why didn't she say yes? I mean, if this man was supposed to be her soulmate, you would think she would have gone out here and closed that deal. And that's where I see that whole argument about being a soulmate being complete BS. And it's complete BS because if this man was your soulmate, and I know something about soulmates, you're going to go out here and get with that man. You're going to close that deal because your soul is going to be so deeply connected to that person that you're going to want to go out here and be with that person and be able to live the life with that person. That's what you're going to do with a soulmate. Once you get that spiritual bond, especially if you go out here and you have a sexual relationship with that person, you're going to bond so strongly that you're not going to want to separate. So when I listen to Jada make that claim, again, this is just classic 304 talk. And this is the kind of thing that these kind of women do. They kind of like to use the flowery language to make it look like, oh, this guy was so into me. But if that guy was into you, he would have closed that deal. Because Tupac, again, while he did have his criminal charges and was an up-and-coming performer, he still was doing very well. And again, Jada could have gone out here and gotten with that guy, but she didn't want to get with that guy because she wanted that bigger bag from Will Smith. And after he blew up on Independence Day, that's when she said, I'm going for the bag, because she basically thought Will, like Tupac, was a corny square dude, and basically was out here thinking he was a corny guy, but just wanted to get with him because she saw a corny guy with a bag, and that's the reason why she wanted to get with Will Smith. But she never had any respect for Will Smith at all. No, she basically saw Will as a clown and a joke, and as their relationship went on for 25 years, she expressed contempt for Will Smith, and the contempt that she expressed for him just got worse, just like Tariq talked about in his classic video, 7 Levels of Disrespect. I urge you to go watch that video because it was one of those videos that really helped me as I was working on my simp books. And the 7th level of disrespect, I mean, it's the highest one. And Will is about 2 steps away from that 7th level where this woman starts going out here looking to plan to do physical harm to you. Because Jada never had respect for Will Smith and was expressing contempt for him. And she has been escalating her contempt for Will Smith, first by going out here and emasculating him on Red Table Talk, talking about this entanglement with one of her son's friends. a jab at his manhood to say that he's not man enough to go out here and meet her needs sexually, and then going out here looking to further humiliate Will Smith by going out here and having him on the show and talking about bad marriage for life. And after talking about the bad marriage for life, going out here pulling a crap test on the biggest night of his life at the Oscars regarding a joke that Chris Rock made. And now what she wants to do as she's basically screwed up her bag is now want to go out here and continue taking shots at Will by going out here and saying, oh, we were separated for 7 years. Now that she knows that she's not going to get another bag like this, now that she knows that she's not going to ever get a chance to live this lifestyle anymore, now that no man respects Will, now she wants to go out here and try to revise history with this BS book. And what she wants to do is go out here and use this book to try to reset things by saying, oh, it's a separation, and Tupac is my soulmate. Tupac was the one I wanted to get married to. And if you wanted to get married, you would have married your soulmate in 1995. But what we have here is a classic case of a 304, basically looking to revise history, basically trying to set a clock on reset with people to hope to try to save her husband's bag so that she won't wind up in Bust Downtown, an apartment 1D across the hall from other bust downs, and hope she won't have to sit down in the bust down rumpus room across from Halle Berry and Tia Mowry in the 80% off section, fighting to see who will be able to go out here and watch Young and the Restless, or be able to watch the Steve Wilkos show on the Community TV. I mean, that's basically what Jada is looking at as related to her future, because she knows she effed up the bag for Will Smith. And now what she's hoping to do with this memoir is, again, classic 304 move in trying to use lies to try to gaslight people into believing her reality. But there's no believing her reality when the facts basically show us the truth regarding Tupac and Will Smith, and basically show her for the ratchet that was out here looking to go out here and run some game. A ratchet who was looking to run game to get the best deal for herself. And now that she's emasculated her husband, she knows that she's in the room for a raw deal, because she cannot monkey branch to any other guy, because most guys already see the worst about her character. With Jada, we see that, like many 304s out here, she's basically a liar and a person who will look to do harm to a man, possibly due to daddy issues or some other issues as related to men. And this is a woman like Tia Mowry you just can't trust. And because you can't trust this woman, you don't want to bring her into your life at all. Because if she'll go out here and destroy a man like Will Smith, then she will destroy another man, because while she treated a past man is how she'll treat you. And what she will do if she gets with another man is go out here and look to revise the story on Will Smith, talking about how he was a good man. Because I've seen chicks do this. They'll do a person dirty, then talk about, oh, how that person was good, revising the story. And this is why when you see a woman like Jada, you go out here and look the other way, because these chicks lie, and they lie all the time, and they can't be trusted. And this is the type of woman who most smart men see her for what she is. And that's, again, why Tupac never, I believe, wanted to marry her, because, again, that's not who Pac was, based on historical documents and documentaries. So when I listen to Jada and her story, I know that it's a classic 304 fabrication. And when it comes to 304s, they will rewrite the story in order to make it look like something good happened, when actually nothing happened at all, except them looking to try to make their delusions into reality. And that's what this entire memoir is, a classic 304 move, where they look to try to make their memoirs or their stories into the truth, try to gaslight you into believing their lies are the truth. But in actuality, they are just lying out here and every lie that they tell basically tells you the truth about their character and why this is a woman who is just pure evil and somebody you don't want to deal with, because with Jada Pinkett, she basically is showing the world that she is coming from a different world that you never want to come from or go to. Now, if you want to learn how to avoid predatory women like Jada Pinkett, you can pick up my ebook, The Misadventures of Captain Save 'em, on Kindle right now. And if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can read Misadventures of Captain Save 'em for free. And if you want to learn why women like Jada Pinkett wind up becoming some of the 70% of black women who are single, you can pick up Why 70% of Black Women Are Single on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find Why 70% of Black Women Are Single at other online booksellers like Smashwords, the iBookstore, Google Play, and Barnes & Noble. And if you want to learn why women like Jada Pinkett Smith wind up on this dysfunctional paradigm where they just are women who go on this quest to have it all and wind up with nothing, you can pick up my book, The Woman Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find The Woman Crisis at other online booksellers like Smashwords, the iBookstore, Google Play, and Barnes & Noble. And if you'd like to see me making more videos taking washed-up, bust-down celebrities like Jada Pinkett to the barbecue, you can send a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available for the first time in paperback, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single. Learn all the reasons why so many black women can't find a husband and why 70% of black women are single. Get your copy of Why 70% of Black Women Are Single on Amazon.com today.
Now available in paperback. From the author of the critically acclaimed book, The Man Crisis, comes The Woman Crisis. Learn why so many women have become lost in their quest to have it all in The Woman Crisis. Get your copy of The Woman Crisis in paperback at Amazon.com and online booksellers today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.